Have you ever been told you don't listen enough? Seems a strange thing to say to someone who's profoundly deaf in one ear, but that's exactly what Katie's teachers used to say to her. 17-year-old Katie was born with unilateral microtia, a malformation of one ear resulting in a profound hearing loss. However, Katie didn't receive a BAHA, a bone-anchored hearing aid, or any support at school until she was 13 years old.
I never really got much support. I think kind of the first time some people knew I had hearing problems is when I went to the hospital in year 5 to get my ear reconstruction. Which is the first time they all knew I had a weird ear, but I don't think people really connected that to not being able to hear.
I think we accepted the sort of line that we got from Great Ormond Street, that being deaf in one side, nobody ever mentioned the word disability. It was just like, well, this would be almost like an inconvenience and there'd be some careers you couldn't go into, but actually she'd be absolutely fine. And so, but I still, on the special educational needs box on every entry form or every year when you had to fill stuff in, I always put in deaf on her right side, and just thought, well, if the help was available, that would have triggered it. You kind of trust the system, I guess, which I now regret, but I just thought, well, they know, and I keep telling them, and it must be that there isn't anything or that she doesn't qualify for it. And it was really, when she went to secondary school, and as she said, she was in year 9, and she was really going to get troubled, I suppose, in terms of feeling that she was in language, but also she was very keen on drama, and she was doing a drama GCSE, that was actually, her hearing was now becoming a real problem.
Year 7, I didn't hear the homework. The teacher had he was very difficult to lip read. Smell kind of went like that. And I hope he doesn't see this. And I basically got asked to leave the class and not come back because I didn't do the homework. And I actually did try to explain I have hearing problems, and he kind of dismissed it. It's like, oh, you're at the front, why? And because I didn't know I lip read at that time, I didn't have any reply, so I just had to leave the class. In year 8, I missed homework a few times again, and the teacher actually said the phrase, "It's because you don't listen." I was just like... Also, my teacher, for a straight face, asked me why I was getting lower grades in my Spanish listening, because she didn't want me to have any help. I was like, well, I'm deaf. That's why I'm bad at listening. So yeah, it was a few times where I was just like, I shouldn't really be getting into trouble for this.
So 2 things happened. Katie and I spoke about her getting a BAHA, which the audiologist at Kingston had mentioned, and again, I'd never heard of it before, no one had ever mentioned it, but also I rang up or emailed the school's special educational needs coordinator and said, I think Katie needs some help, and I think the 2 things together made a huge difference, because we got referred for the BAHA, but also she actually started getting supported at school. And the Senko was appalled that she hadn't known about Katie. She said, I can't believe it. She's been 2 years or 3 years nearly at that point, and I didn't know she was here. And so things really changed almost overnight.
The BAHA on Top Confidence was a validation. Like, look, I had a hearing aid. The NHS gave me a hearing aid. Now I have a sign that I am deaf. And, it's because obviously having not a fake ear is kind of, you have something, because this ear works, people are, it's fine. But once, you kind of like, yes, I had the need for a hearing aid and I got given a hearing aid, it's kind of like, look, I can use this, and you can't doubt me anymore. You need to give me this help. So yeah, it was a good moment. It was a good confidence boosting moment. Yeah, I think if I could go back to my younger self and tell younger self me, like, hey, your ear is cute for a start, it's adorable. And you deserve all these things. If a teacher yells at you, then, stand there and be like, no, miss. My mum wrote it on the sheet, you have to listen to me. And yeah, I think I wish someone had actually sat me down and be like, yeah, you deserve all this stuff. Stand up for yourself. You have a right to this. You're not annoying anyone. People have to give this to you. It's a legal requirement. So yeah. I'm doing my A2s. I would absolutely die of happiness if I got into Oxford University, which I've applied for. I'm waiting to see if I get an interview. I want to do history. My plan is to be a historian. I'm a bit obsessed with the subject. So yeah, I want to get the degree and the PhD and then become a professor and or work in museums but be like the director, be right at the top. So yeah, those are my plans for life.
Thanks, Katie and Annie. We have lots more videos starring deaf young people and their families. Keep watching to get links to other videos or subscribe to our channel to see all our new videos first.